And you probably noticed I have been running recession topics since last Saturday. So we did some talk on the recession and we mentioned about things that we need to do. And this week passed and looking at all of the commotions out there. And I want to bring that back in again for our small businesses, because recession doesn't really mean a lot to some of our small businesses. And we felt like we're not in it, or I don't feel it. But if you have a strategic view of what's happening in the market, that might give you just that right opportunity to become better, or that just going to be an important talk for you to not get rolled into the recession and losing your business without you consciously knowing what's going on. So education, right? This is the whole reason why we even have this webinar going on. So let me share my screen with you and subscribe to our channel, be a member of our channel. So that way you receive the newest news. So about Community CPA, and we are recognized by the BBB for Ethic Award. It is not really, money don't buy ethics. Ethics is the style, is a personality. It is the firm's culture. So we are honored to receive that. But one thing to tell you is it is not something you buy. It is something that you just have it in your culture. So we want you to know that we stand for small businesses. And if you are small businesses, you can rely on us. That's why we're being recognized the way we are. And I myself, CEO of Community CPA, I also call myself the managing partner for Community CPA. And one day, the Community CPA will be on the market with many partners, and this is the direction we're going. But the Community CPA today, and it is managed by me, and I am taking full responsibility of how the firm is doing. And I also serve on National Taxpayer Advocacy Panel. This is a federal advisory committee to Internal Revenue Service. So that's IRS. So this is a 3-year term volunteering position. I'm on the 3rd year. And of course, my book, I would say that if you're thinking of starting a business, during the recession, there's many new businesses coming out. So that might be a way for you to think. If you don't have a business, maybe this is the coming opportunities for you. And recession doesn't mean dead for all. Recession is just a reordering of whatever is on the market, and everybody is taking a new seat. That's recession. And I am working on my 2nd book, which is the 10 a.m. book. This is growing your business. I cannot finish that because now pandemic is over and recession is starting. So there's so much content need to go in to really give people a full view of how to grow a business. But there's a couple of key things we can talk about today, just the way that how we can face the recession. No responsibility disclaimer. This is just very true, and you want to take our information with a grain of salt, and it may apply to you, may not. But let's look at recession. English is my 2nd language, so every time I get into a new vocabulary or start using it more frequently, I like to go back to check the source of the word. So recession is a period of temporary economic decline during which the trade industry activities are reduced. Generally identified by, this is the big boys, the economics, and they define that by a fall of GDP in 2 consecutive quarters. So our 1st quarter is already done. We are in declining. So if we continue to decline in the summer, and we're in recession by big boys definition. But for small business, I have a different definition for you, but I want you to know that we're already in the 1st decline. We're into the 2nd quarter. I am hoping that with the summer, with people out of the a pandemic, and you think we're out of pandemic for just by natural progression? No, there is a play for economics too. So we will see how the second quarter bring us. If our second quarter goes down, we're officially in recession. If our second quarter is not going down, then we are outlooking the recession in the near future, the third quarter, fourth quarter. And if you ask me, I think the summertime would be okay. We're just coming out of the pandemic, and the people start to move normal, work normal. We will see how the job comes back normal, and then how the people start taking their seats in different jobs and start settling in of what they want to do. But all of that is a shifting. It's a shift from as little as a person's job all the way to the big company placing orders. So we will see how that will shake up. But that GDP, it is really I want people to understand that terminology. It is a monetary measures of the market value of all final goods and services produced in a specific time. So that just means that creativity, creation, production, services, what's accomplished in a certain time, and what is GDP. If that falls by 2 consecutive quarters, we're in recession. So what recession really means for small business and for people like you and me, and we don't know who Elon Musk is. We don't understand how Microsoft running their business. All we do is we have this little operation, we sell, we buy, but we have issues. And let's look at what that means for us. So small businesses are in recession. One, you are paying a lot more to buy the same supplies, and you could not raise your price anymore. You felt you will be priced out of the market if you do. I'll say that again. And you felt like you spent too much money to buy your supplies and you couldn't raise your price anymore. If you do, you felt like nobody gonna come to you. That is recession. Because your bottom line is being impacted. You can't buy the same thing, the same price, and the price increase is humongous. And I will give you an example of how to calculate what kind of inflation you have and what kind of price arrangement you need to have. And I have one slide, we're gonna do that together. And you are in recession when you can no longer getting work material in on time. And you have a job order, but you cannot do. And have you ever heard of, you have a job order, but the materials will not be here, so it needs to be next year's project? I hear that too often from our client. So if that is what you're experiencing, your world is in recession. And you cannot get proper help for your business because you cannot afford the payroll expenses. You're in recession. And you cannot hire people because the market price was jacked up so high. And as a restaurant, and have you heard of hiring kitchen chef would cost a restaurant $36 an hour, and you cannot afford, but that's what people are asking. And that is a recession. That is your business in recession. And you get audited left and right. The government assessment was so big for you, and you cannot see a day you can pay it off. And that happens to you now, happens to you, coming to you, and the audit, the compliance, and just piling on your business. Your business is in recession. And this is a typical character when the economy is doing this. And there's a lot of emphasis on the government to make sure that they are doing the right thing. So they're going by the law. They want to make sure you're following the rules, and they're coming out for audit, compliance audit, more audit. We're talking about the audit. And for CPA firms like our firm, we will see a lot of walking in clients with audit requirement. I got audited, please help. And I got compliance audited and it was fined for $1 million. What should I do? So those are the crowd will gather, and this is recession. And you cannot find tenant to rent your place anymore. And they do. They can rent for a month or 2 months. Nobody wants to sign a long-term lease because there's no stability. People don't know how far they go. And your business partner leaving the company because there's no more profit to share, and he has to find a way to survive. Your neighbors are moving out of your community because the job is moving. You know, people move because they got a new job or they got a new thing. So the instability is coming into the community. You see your competitors selling their business. You see someone doing the same thing as you, and suddenly they're out of business because they got bought by other people. That means to our small businesses, this is time. This is recession. This is where the market is calling out for a new order. Calling out for a new order doesn't mean that we're going to be lined up in the bad order. Okay, it just means that I want you to be aware of what you are doing right now, because whether your business is going to survive after 2022 and 2023 is 100% relying on how conscious you are in the certain environment. And once you realize what's going on, that is already a 50% of answer. The problem we have in the small business community is we don't know. And when people talk about recession on internet, you don't think that relates to you. It relates to you, to the fiber of your being. And you are just unconscious doesn't mean that it's not relate to you. Okay, understand recession is an opportunity. And just like March 2020, when the pandemic hit, have you heard of the company that actually thrived over pandemic? Of course, DoorDash, and delivery company. And what about Zoom? All of these companies are thriving over the pandemic. I'm not saying that, okay, and Zoom is thriving, of course, because they're on market. They just, you know, had this unique needs and now just suddenly become popular needs. But Zoom also hire other people to do other things. So anything related to Zoom company is flourishing, right? So there's a whole bunch of people, small business that following Zoom are making it good. Even for Community CPA, we didn't go down with COVID-19, and we right away get onto Zoom. We right away started webinars. We right away start guiding people in a different way. So you're here. That's why you're listening to me, not because we just happen to have the channel. It's because we were determined to deliver that to you through a different meaning, through a different means. So I don't have to see you with my face mask on. I can just be here for you and you hear me. So recession is the same. We just have another pandemic, my dear. It's no different from pandemic COVID-19, probably worse, more vicious and more demanding. And well, government is not going to be there to catch you anymore. You're not going to get an unemployment benefit like you had before. You're not going to have the pandemic money and you're just getting. No, this is going to be a real struggle on your own, especially for small businesses. The recession is different from 2008 recession. I know some of our small business goes, I don't even know there is a recession in 2008. It didn't affect me. Of course it didn't, because that recession is at the financial institution related to leveraging, related to borrowing, lending. So many people default on the loans, so the bank go out of business. So that recession really hit the financial market. And if you ask financial planners, they know that recession because they were affected. Their client was so mad at them, a lot of them lose all the clients, right? So that is the time a certain group of people was affected, but this recession is different. This recession is what I call the grassroots recession. It is a recession on everyone's watch, affected everybody. And affected you, yes. I just want you to go home and pull out your receipts. Wherever you do grocery shopping, go pull out the receipt and look at 2019 receipt and look at today's receipt. I want you to tell me how much of a growth, how much of a more money you have to pay to get the same green pepper, to get the same meat, to get the same thing. Tell me the difference. And I already did. And I already calculated. And the difference from the cheapest merchant to the most expensive meat, and the cheapest merchant is at 11%. Okay, so if it is used to sell for $1, now it is $1.11. So on the meat side, it's as high as 45%, most of them around 33%. So this recession, it belongs to everybody. And you, as a business owner, just have to know how to play this game and how to survive in this price hike, and you have no control of. And if you plan your business to ride the wave, and instead of just surviving, you want to thrive, you need to plan and stick with your plan. That's why I'm here. I want to talk to you about stick with your plan. I want to talk to you about a plan. And what are the things small business should do now? And I have the next few slides just talk about what we should do. Invest in long term. In every recession, and things are moving fast, it is very easy to lose your focus, look at right now. But the best advice I get, the best things I see from before, it is invest in long-term investing. So, you know, in our firm, we have quite a bit of gathering of day traders. People are in the investment world, when their things getting big and they come to our firm. So we provide a lot of services related to the investors. So now my word to the day traders should think long-term in times of economic turmoil. Right now, we're in this unstable market. Really, you need to look at your long-term investment and day-to-day trading, activity investing in stock, that really need to slow down. You need to slow down. And in this kind of time, the market is going downturn. You can't catch it, and you just don't have enough. You don't have enough vision as a single investor to really know where the market goes. So the safest way is to should limit the activity investment in stocks. You want to put your money on cash position and slow down, calm down. And yes, I know you already lost a lot of money. I had client calling, literally crying for the stock market, bloodshed stock market, not just last week. You know what I'm talking about. That's fine. And you had experienced that, and you want to calm down and look at your activity today and slow down. If you can take cash out from the stock market, from your day trading account, you want to put that on the position, cash position, and waiting for opportunities and looking for long terms. And I want to give you an example from 2011 to 2020. This is 9 years span, right? A simple investment for SP 500 is actually returned 3 times. But imagine from 11 to 2020, that's a long year, that's a long 9 years, right? So this is what I mean by long term. If you have stocks that you know the company gonna survive, what was the reason Coca-Cola not gonna survive? Of course it will. What was the reason Tesla not gonna survive? Of course it will. So you knew what I'm talking about. Those companies' stock at the right time, right now, it is the time to invest in the stable long-term market. And this afternoon, just this afternoon, Fortune magazine said investors should be investing for long-term based off a financial plan, looking at their risk goals and time horizons. Why is Fortune magazine now is quoting, Bernstein, the CEO of co-founder for a financial planning firm called XML. Why they're quoting him right now? Because there is a need. And they are advising the smart, the wealthy, to know what to do. And our small business, a lot of you are day traders and you had made money in the past, but I know you're losing money right now. And you're considering long-term at the same time, considering mark-to-market accounting method to really save your portfolios and be able to write off that losses. And I am saying to you because I know what is going on the market. All right, so that's one of our advice, very important one, invest in long term. And the business expansion sounds so weird, right? We're in recession, you tell me to expand my business? Yes, I am telling you to expand your business into the area that you can see opportunity, into the area that will probably save your existing business from losing money. And keep your eye on new opportunities. And I can't tell you what new opportunity you have. And I knew that, from my client, I see people taking on new opportunities. And for example, and we have the businesses that always in the beauty salon side of the business. And it was always a person-to-person service, but with pandemic, their business was sort of closed, and then the business transaction slowed down. The owner has this $1 million operation and it went all the way down to $250,000. And throughout the pandemic, they suffered, not just open, so the business is getting going again, but facing the recession because the business has come back, but the people who had money, who used to come back to the business, may not come back because their business might not be going, and people start to saving the money and not knowing what to do. So this particular business had switched itself from just providing personal service, now selling product and delivering product to home self-care kit. That become popular, and all of the old clients who cannot come or felt like don't want to spend that money, they can still get the same kind of care, but through the product that pushed out by this company. All right, so this is what I mean by expansion. Yes, expanding your business to other opportunities that are related to you. And sometimes that means you just start up a brand new business because you see a opportunity not related to your current business, and you want to invest time and money in the new business. Do that. Don't stop doing that, because like I said, recession is not about going down. Recession is about reordering the whole market. And as someone who is gainfully employed, you may have a really good job, but your job is recession proof? Maybe not. If that is the case, if you're worried about your employer going out of business with this recession, look for opportunities, folks. Look for sidekicks. Just means that you're doing something on the side. Give yourself an opportunity, okay? And even going back to school if that's the case, but you got to do that early. You cannot be not doing a school application now because school starts in August. If recession gonna hit for you in August, in the later part of the year, you think you can get into school right then? No, the admission is already done. Right? So this is where you want to expand, really prepare yourself for that, okay? And then this is the second one I was talking about, invest in long-term, business expansion, renegotiate your price. It's very hard. And small business owners always coming into business at a low price, low profit, beat the competition, then I can get the market share. And who did not go on that path in the past to gain the business to today? Every small business owner came from that route. I will tell you that route doesn't work anymore. That is not a route today for new business, or is not route today for small business to survive. And nowadays, when you open up a small business, low price, cheap sell doesn't go anywhere. Uniqueness, elite pricing, that is what you do. Okay, so now I am telling you that you need to focus on your own financial statement and know exactly how much you're spending to come up with the price that works for you. Well, you may say that, well, Ying, I cannot do that, because if I do that, all of my clients are gone and I'm not going to have any business. I am sorry. If that's what you're going to have, you're never going to have that business. And you have to have confidence in your service that you will have the business, even though you adjusted your price. That takes courage. That takes guts. That takes hard work. And give you an example. And when I was talking to a business owner, and I actually was talking to him last year during the pandemic, because he's a restaurant. And I told him that this, during the pandemic, the food price already start going up. So this business owner has 4 other competitions in the same area. So he is uncomfortable to raise the price. So he keep the price the same and run 2020 and 2021 through. So he's so overworked, he cannot hire anybody to work because he cannot afford. So he put his parents-in-law, put his wife, himself, all in the restaurant. And lucky enough that that small restaurant can survive with family members. But now the price increased. The lowest merchandise that he need increased by 11%. The highest merchandise that he needs increased by 33%. So these 2%, and I asked him, what is your average on the price increase? So obviously it is 11% plus 33% is 22%. So I told him that no brainer. You just need to raise your price by 22%, which means that if it is $10 a dish, that now he's going to charge $12.22, right? Everything goes by 22%. That is such a painful decision. And our small business owner just could not do it. And he's worried about the client. And I said to him that if your client right now, recession is not here yet, even though we felt it, we know it is coming. If you don't adjust your price today, you know what's going to happen when recession comes in, and you will not even be able to open the door, because the people you are attracting are the people who will not come anymore. And the people the people who has money you are attracting, and you won't be able to survive because you would already close the door. And who is going to run business with cost, with original material cost is higher than the selling price? You can't survive. You have payroll to pay. Even if your family works there, don't you have to live a life? You think you're going to be happy to work on your business for a year and 2 years without getting paid for a penny? You may be happy, your spouse is not going to be happy. You may be happy, your children not going to be happy, right? So I am just arguing with you. I hear you. I know exactly what you're thinking. I know you're going to say that, oh, Ying, you just say it because, it's not you running the business, and it's not you doing my work. And you told me to raise the price. I lose all the client, and am I going to come to you and you pay for my loss? No, I cannot pay for your loss. Okay. That's why I have those disclaimer from the beginning, but I will tell you. And if you don't hear me, and we are the one seeing all the businesses on the market in the Midwest, not all, but 12,000, 11,000, is that a lot already? If I can get the voices of all of these people and give you what's going on right now, what's the reason you don't listen to me and to look at your financial statement, see where you are? Why are you looking at your neighbors, trying to figure out what your price is going to be? That is just wrong, because your neighbors is looking at you. As soon as you raise your price, everyone will raise their price. Then you're back to normal and you are adjusted to the economy. And you need that adjustment to come up to fight the inflation. Some businesses are very easy. Some business already have the price. You know, if you go to some restaurant, they have this market price. What does that mean? That means they don't give you a price. They're just going to tell you that, oh, you know, market price is $24, so we're going to charge you $48. So it's market price. They leave that element free so you can increase your price. And then you tell me that, Ying, I cannot increase my price. Look at my menu. And I have to put stickers on each one of those prices. And my client's going to be not happy because I'm just, you know, raising my price. They're going to put my sticker out and to see what it was before. Why do you even still use the menu? Didn't you come out of pandemic knows that's not good enough for the sanitation concern? Why are you not invest a couple $100 to get the barcode on your table so people can come in and scan the barcode, get your menu? And why don't you just make your menu a market price driven? Why can't you adjust it every day based on the market price? What's wrong with that? Right? So really, this is the way for you to adjust, to survive. We're not even talking about making money. And I want you to make a lot of money after recession. But if recession is the place for you to keep your business running, you need to renegotiate your price with your customers. Every one of your customers is not an easy job. It is the hardest job for small businesses like you and me, because our heart is really with the client. In my first book, I write about business people. You are either coming from the heart, the land of heart, or land of hand, or land of head. Land of heart are people, we haven't even made money yet. We already thinking of giving all the money away, didn't we? You did that, okay? I am from land of heart. I always think of, you know, how to do things for free. That's why I'm coming on webinars to you, because I want you to get that for free. But you need to listen to me. You cannot run your business without scientifically calculating your numbers. And does Community CPA calculating numbers? Of course, we're an accountant. I calculate numbers all the way from the software company to my labor cost and to arrive on the customer pricing. And you will do the same, because that's the only way you can survive. And I will tell you that if you really have a hard time to do a renegotiating of your price, come to me. And I am very good at making it scientific for you. There's no emotion. I don't know who is your customer, but I know what you do to survive your business. And if you have your financial statement with you, I can tell you what pricing you should run. Maybe the pricing I give you and I tell you is not so detrimental. And maybe that is a new start for you so you can ride over the recession. The last piece of recession advice is actually called invest in real estate. Isn't that interesting? We're not real estate gurus. We don't know. I don't know about real estate, but I know that when recession hit, the money, the value with the money are so tied with a real thing, with the gold bar, with the silver coin, with the real estate, and with the land, because anything other than that, the cash is really garbages. They're not really doing anything for you. And when you have the cash on hand, but you heard me saying earlier, I want you to hoard cash right now. But I'm not saying to you that you should hoard the cash and forever not use it. I want you to hold your cash, but watch for real estate. Watch, okay? Looking for deals, but not rush to buy. I will tell you that not to buy this summer. You know, I sometimes say things, I will say to myself that if I give all these advice to people, and wouldn't that means no good because everybody knows, so everybody do the same thing, then that just means that it's not a good advice because everybody is doing it. But I am convinced the world is so big and the people who listen to our channel are so limited. You're not occupying the 50% of market at all. You are so special that you are here today. And you are so amazing that you step into this time with me and you heard what I'm saying. And one thing I can tell you is that I don't speak just because I heard someone saying it. I speak because I saw all my 10,000 clients, what they're doing. And some clients are so smart and many of them are smarter than me. So when I look at what they're doing, I learn. When I learn, I am in the unique position. Even though the smartest client, they only know what they are doing. They didn't know other people are doing other things. They thought everybody is doing what he is doing. No, I see him up there being smart, and I bring all these smart ideas to the rest of our clientele. And of course, I cannot name who is doing what, but I'm giving you what I see, what I learn. I'm in such a unique position to give you advices that is much more valuable than what you search out of the internet. They may be not even coming from your area, but our firm is in the Midwest and we have California branch and we have California clients. We knew the West Coast, we know the Midwest. So what we give you is truly for these areas. We can apply the principle to your today's situation. So invest in real estate, not to rush to buy. Don't buy this summer. Wait until the market settle in. There's no more bidding on the pricing for the house. That is when the market start to cool down. As soon as cool down, it will go down because market cool down equals to going down in West Coast. So if you have cash, cash is king. It is garbage if you don't use it, but it is really useful when you have cash in a recession time. So if you have EIDL loan and don't rush to pay it back, use that loan for your operation and save some money for yourself and to invest in other opportunities. And don't return loans that fast. And don't pay bills too fast. Take your time. If you got 30 days on the bill, wait for 30 days. Really managing your cash flow. Make sure you are in the positive cash flow situation throughout the pandemic. Find deals everywhere. All right, so recession is an opportunity for smart entrepreneurs, and I want you to be that person. And of course, I want you to know that you're not alone. It is really normal to stuck in the situation as a small business, but you have places you can call out for help, like Community CPA. And many small businesses, I want to say that you're not alone. Many small businesses will fold at the end of this year. And that is just how it is. And that we can see it coming. But we want you, today you are here, and we want you to be not in that team. We want you to learn from this webinar, know that what you need to do. And really, I already did a webinar last Saturday. We've gone through the same thing to talk about recession, how to deal with recession, because it is coming. And recession, and what I am really fear is all of the small business, you're losing grip in the economy, and then the large business coming in, they take all your business in. So that is called consolidation. It's consolidation all over the place. I want you to not be eaten, but I want you to expand, thrive through the recession. So let's review before we finish, and let's review one more slides that I created from last time. And I want folks, small business owners, you must have a mental strength to know that how to defeat yourself in terms of unwilling to do things. Right now, if you're unwilling to change your price structure, you need to have a strong mental to tell yourself that, no, I cannot do that. I need to rethink what I do. Then further define your niche. That is important. This is where the business expansion comes from, and rethink your labor sources. Now, maybe it is a good time to pull out your home, pull up your kids, and talk to them about what's going on. Have them participate in labor force so that you don't rely on high-priced labor market because you can't afford, okay? And pivot to a new way. Yes, figure out a new way to do your business. Like the barcode I was talking about in the restaurant, what a perfect opportunity. Get rid of your menu and change your price every day if you want, because there will be people coming to eat just for the enjoyment. They don't care about your price. You know, everybody losing money doesn't mean there's no one on earth to have money, and your business can attract those who have money to come to eat at your place. Allow new pricing, okay? Plan survival with less sales. This is where when your price go up, you may have less sales. So what? You make money, you can survive, you have less sales. Plan for that. How can you reduce yourself to a size that you can survive through the pandemic? You might even call it thriving, because I have seen the restaurant that, you know, after the pandemic, they decided to get rid of their seats. They want to be delivery the whole time, because even though they had less sales, but they had a bigger profit margin. So this is the difference. This is where you can benefit from the recession. And invest in professional help. It's a plug for all the CPA firms in the country, not just community CPA, because CPA firms are the one really stuck through thick or thin. We are here for you. Yes, 2 years ago, you came to me with a smile. You made a lot of money. We do a lot of planning. We save your taxes, and we did your bookkeeping. Now, your business going down and you have difficulties, you still have us. We can still help you, and we want to educate you. This is where I call out for that contribution all of the CPA firms are making for you, small ones. I don't know about KPMG, okay? And I'm just talking about CPA firms like my size, like the CPA firms, small, medium-sized CPA firms. Man, we're heroes, and I'll tell you. So with that, folks, I want you to know we really care about you. And this is a session that we did for you to literally give you our encouragement, our experience, and we want you to not only survive recession, but thrive through the recession. And we hope that this talk helps, and give us comments, let us know what you need help for. And like I said, if you struggle with restructuring your pricing, and Ying can help you, and I offer my help to you. So make sure and you know where you are going with your business. Thank you very much. And I appreciate all of you to be with me. I got a plus from someone saying, great job, Ying. And thank you very much. And I hope you thrive through whatever is out there. Talk to you again.